All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to go racing. Justin Swafford and Patrick Gitter will have the front row. Jarrett Woodard, Russell Worth on the second. Sean Lesperance and Jeffrey Goodpaster have the third. Colby Whipple and Robbie Allers on the fourth row. Richie Joplin and Pudge rounding out the top 10. Paulo Anacito and Jeremy Gardner starting 11th and 12th. PJ Cox and Clay Kirchenmeyer 13th and 14th. Tyler Ott and Corey Insing 15th and 16th. Blake Veeken starts in 17th. Bernheimer in 18th. James Smith in 19th. Jacob Morgan starts 20th. 21st is Lance Sponberg. Jeff Sheldon 22nd. Ryan McDaniel 23rd. Brody Green in 24th. Darren Silva, Brandon Newby, Patrick Pieper, and Scott Cleek rounding out the field. 60 laps around a 3-mile oval doing over 200 miles an hour. Nose to tail, side by side. The slingshot is huge here. It'll remind you of NASCAR back in the 80s before restrictor plates became a thing. And if you don't remember that, there's nothing I can do for you. It's just going to be a sight you've never seen before, and it is going to be awesome. Based on what we saw in practice, man, this is going to be a fun ride here tonight. Waiting on a couple more drivers to get rolling. Obviously, getting up on the track is often a tricky proposition here. You see how high the banking is. Once they get going, we'll ride along with a couple drivers mid-pack and just see. And you see how wide the track is. 4 wide around the turns here. A full lap 4 wide is not unheard of. It's very, very easily done. 5 wide is not uncommon. Looks like they're going to delay the green by 1 lap to get everybody loaded up and ready to go. And since Swafford is up front, let's hop in the car and let you see just how steep the banking is here. That is the view from inside Swafford's car. That's how steep the banking is at iRacing Superspeedway. "36 degrees of banking in the turns, 10 degrees of banking in the straightaways." It's going to be insane. Blake Veeken saying his special breast cancer awareness paint scheme is going for the win here tonight. There's the view from the spotter stand. Obviously, this track is huge, and the way they race here, the spotters are really going to have their hands full tonight. Would be funny if we were able to tune in and listen to some of the spotters. It'd be hilarious to hear them saying they're in the middle 5 wide. It's not hilarious when you're in the car, though, when you're in the middle 5 wide. That's a scary proposition. Side draft will be huge. Tire wear will be the least important thing here tonight. Fuel mileage, they've got a 15, and 30 laps are the stages. They should be able to make the first 2 stages easily on fuel. Heard roughly 21 laps on the tanks. They should be good to go. They will need 1 stop, and if that stop happens under green, in the final stage, well, you folks are in for a show. Pace car is in. Here goes the insanity, the fun, the excitement that is iRacing Superspeedway. Green flag is in the air. They're down and away at iRacing. Everybody side by side down towards turn one. Let's see, when will they break and spread? Already got one car looking up the middle. Out of turn two, still coming up to speed. Oh, some power moves up front. Swafford jumps to the high side to prevent the high line from making a move. Meanwhile, back in the back, Jacob Morgan in the 24. Oh, we've got a car around hard in the outside wall. First caution. And it looks like it was Kevin Bernheimer. Looks like the car below hit that bump on corner entry at turn three. Bernheimer gets yeeted up the track. First caution of the night. Justin Swafford continuing to lead. Woodard in second. Gitter in third. Sean Lesperance in fourth. Russell Worth sits in fifth. Hey, good evening, Nicole. Are you back home, and will we see you in the car Sunday night for BRR? No real big movers. A lot of guys picking up 2, 3, and 4 spots, but not a lot of big moves. It does take a lap or so to get these cars up to speed here. And I would expect, yep, lights are out on the pace car. Nope, they are back on. Justin Swafford continuing to lead here. Not many pace laps, I'd imagine, are going to happen here tonight, as the track is so big. A pace lap is a minute and a half long. Looking back, Ryan McDaniel, one of the biggest movers. So is Darren Silva, both drivers up 5 spots already. A few drivers look like they are moving to the back to protect themselves. Clay Kirchenbauer, Blake Viken, both dropping back, although I do believe Blake was involved in an earlier incident, and he had to go to pit road. Oh, well, that is even better news. We'll have Nicole, that's what she said, Creasel in race control on Sunday nights for BRR, so we will get all the insight. Let's see who we can talk to here. How about we talk to Blake Viken? Hey, Blake, it's Doug. You got me? And it appears Blake is having mic issues.
Oh, I hear you now.
Oh, okay, there you are. So you looked like you might have had some issues earlier, but you're back out on track.
No issues at all. Just want to get back here with a little newbie over here.
That's probably the safest place. Are you going to ride there at the back most of the night?
Most likely, since I'm 15th in points and I missed last week.
Play it safe till it comes down to the end?
Yes, sir. Make it 8 wide at the win.
Well, good luck. Hopefully you can make it 8 wide. I've seen it done. I've seen it done 12 wide on the backstretch, but I doubt anybody gets that gutsy tonight.
Trust me, I will.
Well, then I expect 12 wide on the back straightaway the final lap, and you better be going for the win.
I'll do my best.
Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, Blake Veekin, everybody. Good evening, Leslie. I'm supposed to pass on a message. Sean says, Leslie, leave him alone about last night. However, he put my name on the back of a Ford. So I have a moral quandary here. While last night was a lot of fun, it didn't bother me a bit because I haven't raced in 9 months and did terribly. He did put my name on the back of a Ford, and that was a little upsetting. All right, lights are out as they come through 3 and 4. Here we go. Swafford leads them down. Green flag back in the air. And remember, it's going to take at least half a lap for these guys to hit full speed. Good job, Leslie. Good job. Hey, Nicole, you know, I raced with this very crew last night, and I can tell you that there is some smack talk coming because of things that were said and happened last night. I took notes. Swafford in the lead. He's got a big push from Patrick Gitter. Russell Worth in third. Goodpaster in fourth. They're getting 3 wide here early. Not a big deal. Richie Joplin moves up to that middle line. That middle line often, the holy cow, the 99 slides way up. Richie does a great job of avoiding that. 77 alone in the middle. Russell Worth, no help at the moment. Oh, we've got cars wrecking off 4. Big one. Front half of the field comes through clean. Tyler Ott, did he save it? Yes, he does. Caution out for the second time. Let's see if we can figure out what the heck happened here. Looks like somebody got down on the 99, and the 99 got pushed into pit road. The 79 Jarrett Woodard involved in that. There's Jarrett up on the high side. You do tend to get... Oh, looks like there was a little bump in mid-track. Veekin manages to come through that. He snuck through that mess. Watch Blake in the pink and white breast cancer awareness car. How? Just... You know what? Let's ride along with Blake on this one. They're not even at max speed, but they're approaching 200 miles an hour out of turn 4. There goes Morgan right in front of him. Morgan almost makes it through this mess cleanly. And I do not know how Blake Veekin survived that, but man, what a run. Tyler Ott also had a bit of a moment out of this one. There you see Tyler on the bottom. And a big checkup right in front of him. Tyler has to move, gets a little bit loose. Down to the apron. That apron is a huge transition from flat to 10 degrees of banking. Ryan McDaniel did have to tow. His car took some heavy damage. Looks like Clay Kirchenbauer got caught in this as well. There goes Clay, tries to avoid to the bottom, and a couple of hard hits. Bernheimer gets caught again. Several caught in that. Darren Silva's in it. Patrick Pieper, Jacob Morgan, PJ Cox, Lance Spawnberg, Jeff Sheldon. All also caught up in this. Blake said, wait a minute, Blake, don't text and drive, buddy. That was an epic save by Blake Viken. Gonna see if I can get a word with the driver of that green 56 car. Hey, Tyler, it's Doug in the booth. You got me? Tyler, it's Doug. You got me? I can see you keying up your mic, but we can't hear you.
You got me now?
Oh, there you are. Yeah, I got you, buddy. I have to say that big checkup right in front of you got a little dicey, and that was a great save because that car was way out of shape.
Yeah, I kind of... Everybody checked up and I tapped the brake seal, but then it went all squirrely.
It did, man, and it looked like you were done for when you hit the apron, but you kept your foot in it. That was a great save, and it had to be a little worrisome looking in your mirror because everything happened literally right behind you.
Yeah, I was like, oof, I missed it, and then almost got in my own wreck. That would have been embarrassing.
Well, man, it was a great save, great job, and good luck keeping the car clean the rest of the night. It looks like it's going to get a bit more wild.
It probably will. Thanks.
No problem, buddy. Tyler Ott somehow saves it. Jeff, yeah. Yeah, Jeff, that was a bit rough, buddy. Jeff, I see you're still on pit road. Will you be able to get repairs done and get back out? Lights are out on the pace car. They're headed for turn 3. And Jeff, remind me what your name is in Discord, please. Jeff Sheldon is going to make it back out. He just left. He is just now exiting pit road, so we won't get that answer right now. But pace car is in. They're getting ready to go racing. Green flag back in the air. Swafford and Gitter up front. Whipple and Joplin have the second row pushing. And already mid-pack, we're seeing somebody is bump drafting through the turns. You might get away with that on lap 1 of a run, but man, you cannot get away with that on the next lap because you're going too dang fast. Looks like Bernheimer was getting a push from, I believe, Patrick Pieper. Oh! We've got cars wrecking in 3. Caution is back out. Oh, we've got cars flipping through turn 3. Sean Lesperance is involved. Paulo Inesito, Brody Green. A lot of guys involved again. And Kevin Bernheimer might be done for the night. Let's back that back up just a hair. Missed what the cause of it was. See from Lesperance's view, here. It was already happening when Lesperance got there. Looked like the 77 might have been involved at the very beginning of this one. I think it may have been a blinking issue. It appears that there was a blink from one of the drivers, some netcode involved, and anarchy ensued from there. Russellworth yet blinks a little bit through 3 and 4, reappears into other cars. It looked like another driver may have blinked at the same time. Watching Paulo Aniceto here. Oh, Paulo was loose and comes down just as Russell reappears. Looked like Newbie got a piece of that, as did Brody Green. Oh, Brody gets way up high, and Bernheimer has nowhere to go. Spawnberg also involved in this. Newbie and Darren Silva involved. Darren almost gets clear as he's turning down, but can't get away from it. Lesperance comes back up the track a little bit and gets him again. A rough start for to the night for a lot of these drivers, but Swafford, Gitter, Whipple, and Joplin and newcomer Corey Ensing all having a great run so far, keeping the car out front and clean. Let's see if we can get a word with Justin Swafford. Hey, Justin, it's Doug. You got me?
What's happening, Doug?
Hey, man, so far so good for you.
Yeah, I'd like to make at least a lap and see what we got for him out there.
It has been a little chaotic behind you. Is there a gentleman's agreement up there? Because it does not look like anybody's trying anything crazy in the top 10.
I think we're honestly all just gloves are off and we're just going for it. We all want the win and they're all hungry, so we're all going for it at the same time.
It looks like there's going to be a lot of free sheet metal going around tomorrow night. Are you going to be able to hold your car up there and keep it clean?
We're going to try. I mean, I've been in a race before where they've started wrecking from 10th and they've zippered all the way up to the lead and wrecked me. So it can happen to anybody, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, I am well aware of that one personally, too. Well, good luck, man. It's been a great run so far. Obviously, a great points night so far. Hopefully, you can keep it up there and out of trouble.
Yeah, we can hope so. Hope everyone enjoys it.
Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
Looking to see, it looks like just about everybody is back off pit road except for Ryan McDaniel. Kevin Bernheimer appears to be out of the race. Looks like Bernheimer's even left the Discord. He definitely got caught in everything. Kevin having no luck here tonight. Pace car leading him down the backstretch. The lights are off. They get ready to go again. Good thing that the admins decided to put an extra fast repair in tonight. They probably should have put a few more in. All right, they're coming out of turn 4. The pace car about to drop in. There he goes. Pace car is in. Here we go again. Green is back in the air. I thought Ryan McDaniel might have been rolling again. Apparently not. As we've got some drivers already at the back trying to make their way forward. Clay Kirchenbauer starting to move up. Jacob Morgan. Brandon Newby managing to keep that car. I think he's been involved in one incident so far. But Newby going where the draft is. He is starting to move. Excuse me. Remember I told you there is a very big bump on corner entry into turn 3. Paulo Aniceto moving up higher this time as well. And you know what? Jarrett Woodard's in the perfect position. Let's ride along with him down the front straightaway. Taking a lap with Jarrett Woodard. He has still got the draft up here on the high line. He'll be able to make up some ground as they go off into the turns. He drops back down to the bottom. Looks like Jarrett choosing the high line on entry. Smart move, a little bobble. There is a little bit of a bump off of turn 2 and 4, but not nearly as bad. Looks like Ryan McDaniel is on his way off pit road. Jarrett Woodard, meanwhile, trying to play it safe here. Driver's doing roughly 200 miles an hour right now. That speed will increase. Expect the front guys to be doing even faster. Move up and hide right along in Sean Lesperance's car, and you see just how much the cars are moving around out here. Without the downforce on the car, this big draft pack. You saw the big bump off into turn 1. The car almost dropped. It feels like you're dropping off a cliff when you go off into turn 1. Down the back straightaway, still keeping his foot all the way down. You do not hear a lift. He's doing well over 205 miles an hour. Speed still increasing. And there's that big bump into turn 3. You see it unsettles, and meanwhile they're 3 and 4 wide up ahead, and they're only using half the track. Back in the early day, caution! And that'll be the stage break caution. Patrick Gitter gets the stage win. Back in the early days of this track, it was not uncommon in open races to see the entire field spread out down the back straightaway, guys getting the draft and going all the way to that inside wall to make a move coming back up right before you got to turn 3. The front straightaway not as wide due to pit road, but there is a lot of ground down there on the apron to be used. Expect to see everybody on pit road here. They're going to get 4 tires and fuel. Don't forget, if you have a favorite driver in the field, hit the like button and tell us who you're cheering for here tonight. Gitter slowing down as they come to find the pace car. Now we'll watch pit road entry with Patrick Gitter, and we talked about it earlier. Stage 3 will require a pit stop for fuel. Will that happen under green is a big, big question mark. And if it does, you can imagine what it's like. You're going to have to start slowing down on the bottom coming out of turn 4. You got to get woed up very quickly, but the pit road commitment cone is quite a ways inside pit road, so you've got a little bit more time to get the car woed up. Here they come. Let's hop in his car and see just where that commitment cone is tonight. And there you see it on the left and on the right. Right there at that line. That is the point where you have to be down to pit road speed. It gives you a little bit of leeway, but not a ton. Patrick Gitter gets the stage win. Let's see if we can get a word with him once he hits his pit stall. Hey, Patrick, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir. Gotcha.
Hey, another stage win here tonight, and I have to wonder, at this point, have you gotten a stage win in almost every race this season?
I don't know about that, man. I know I'm a little bit behind on the points. You know, I was trying to catch up from missing one of the races earlier in the playoffs. So I'm just trying to take them where I can here, especially at the super speedways. With, you know, here tonight, difficult track. You know, there's a little bit of luck involved. Just gotta find the right guys to partner up with, and just worked out there first stage.
Yeah, you're just lucky this wasn't last night's race. I'd have whooped you all.
I know that's right. Yeah, do us a favor, sitting this one out.
Yeah, nobody believes that. So how do you feel about your chances of survival here tonight?
I'm just going to be happy if I have a clean car at the end of the race. So you never know. I mean, entry here is tricky, and I mean, yeah, it's a super speedway, but if you're packed in with a bunch of cars, entry is tricky. You have a hard time seeing the apron. Some guys will hit the apron and bounce up the track, and you never know what turn that's going to happen. I think that's probably the biggest thing I'm going to have to watch out for tonight.
Well, good luck tonight. Congrats on the stage win, and looking forward to seeing how the rest of this one goes.
All right. Appreciate it. Thanks, Doug.
Patrick Gitter wins stage number 1. They stack back up for the restart. It'll be Blake Viken and Justin Swafford on the front row. Patrick Gitter and Gardner have the second row. Richie Joplin, Tyler Ott, Pujanowski, Colby Whipple, PJ Cox, and Paulo Aniceto rounding out the top 10. Everybody getting stacked back up, ready to go. As we saw last time, even unrestricted, it takes a couple laps to get these cars fully wound out and ready to go. Max speeds that they saw in practice were about 210 miles an hour, which was actually a bit of a surprise. Trucks here will do 230 miles an hour. So there's a question mark as to whether or not this particular car might still be restricted here. However, it's not fully restricted based on the speeds we're seeing. Only driver officially out of this. Well, looks like Patrick Pieper may officially be out, as well as Kevin Bernheimer. Ryan McDaniels currently 4 laps down after his early incident. Everybody else still on the lead lap. 24 cars still have a shot as the pace car drops in to start stage number 2. Green flag back in the air. Blake Viken gets a lap lead here early in his breast cancer awareness car. Yep, save the Tatas. Blake just wanted to make sure he got that on camera tonight. That inside line's great on that first lap, but man, once these cars come up to speed, tire pressures come up, it gets a little bit dicey on corner entry, as we've talked about. Couple of guys that had made their way through the field earlier, but now hanging out toward the back. Clay Kirchenbauer, Lance Spawnberg, Brody Green, Jared Woodard, all kind of hanging out toward the back, as is Newbie. Darren Silva, who got caught up in an incident earlier, he's hanging out towards the back. Oh! We've got a damaged car there. That is Jarrett Woodard with no front clip, trying to just hang out in the draft. If he can get up in the draft and stay sucked up on somebody, he can actually keep up with the field, and a lot of bumping and a lot of unstable cars off into one as they reach max speed here. Lesperant's looking for a move. He had some moves on him earlier before getting caught up in that incident. Be interesting to watch and see if he comes through the field here in a moment. Paulo Anacito sitting in the middle. They're trying to get 4 wide right behind him. A lot of the front pack single file, but Swafford jumps up to the high side, coming to help Richie Joplin here. Pujanowski now up into second, giving Gitter a push. Is he going to move out, coming out of turn 2? You carry a ton of momentum out of the draft off the corners. If you can slingshot up as you come out of that turn with a little help, you'll come flying by. It can be as much as a 10, 15 mile an hour difference. Oh, Whipple, a little bobbly off into 3. Tyler Ott, who had that epic save earlier in the race, now up into 4th. Blake Viken currently rolls in 5th. A lot of side-by-side back here as guys try and make their way forward. Richie Joplin and Justin Swafford up on the high side, they'll lose a little momentum. Russell Worth, who has not been able to race a lot lately, just got his new wheel in yesterday. Last night was his first time with it. Doing great here tonight. Always good to see Russell back out on track. Jacob Morgan, who started in 20th all the way up to 10th now, he's making his way forward. Jeff Sheldon back in 13th after having some problems earlier. Sean Lesperant's right there as well. The whole field pretty much back up here together. No real group falling off the back here. If anything goes wrong up front, trouble will be huge. A small group has broken off the back. Lance Spawnberg, Clay Kirchenbauer, and Brody Green, Jarrett Woodard still trying to hold on. Brandon Newby set the fastest lap of the race last time by so far at 51.8. Whoa, easy, Newby. Newby said he was going to cut through the field like the Longhorns going through OU's defense. So any moment now, Newby will just go to the front and nobody will be able to stop him. There they go by at 200 plus miles an hour. Gitter still holding the lead. The top 5 staying single file. Looks like everybody has settled in a little bit for stage 2. Leslie, I was saying earlier, you can actually, on the back straightaway, go 12 wide. In the early days when this came out in the Papyrus Sims, it was not uncommon for us to come out of turn 2 and a bunch of guys dive to the apron just to make it 12 wide. 5 wide down the front straightaway, 6 wide. Yeah, that's easy to do. 5 wide through the turns is fairly easy to do if everybody can hold your line, but kind of depends on the car. These cars don't have a ton of downforce, so they're sliding around not real stable. 4 wide could get a little sketchy here tonight. Corey Ensing, one of the newest members of the Nowski Nation, currently runs in 7th place. A lot of bobbling up front. And remember, these guys also have to stick the nose out from time to time to cool those engines off. But if you stick it out too much and give an opening, somebody's going to stick the car in there. Leslie, 12 wide is scary, especially when you're on the bottom right by the inside wall headed for turn 3, and you have to get yourself back up on the track. It's scary, but it is fun. Morgan jumps up to the high side. Is he going to have help? No help yet, and looks like nobody trying to make that outside line work at the moment. Viken in 11th, Newbie in 12th, Paulo Anacito back in 13th. The top 10, except for Jacob Morgan, pretty much single file. They're 2 wide everywhere else. Morgan carrying the momentum. He moves up top. Nobody close enough to help at the moment, though. Off turn 4, you tend to carry the most momentum. Morgan hopping to the high side, and now the freight train comes underneath. He's going to go backwards. PJ Cox up to 15th now. He started making some moves. And you see just how bumpy. Oh, look at this. Newbie shoots to the high side, hooks up with that outside line led by Jacob Morgan. They're coming forward. They're moving down to try and get a little side draft here. Richie Joplin thinks about peeking out. They weren't close enough. Oh, the bump sends a lot of drivers up the track. Newbie trying to shuffle in and out of lines to carry as much momentum as possible. And Colby Whipple up to the high side, now making his way forward. Swafford's going to go with him. Will Richie jump? No, Swafford slides back in line. Whipple all alone. Whipple finds a hole, slides back into it, closes the gap up quickly. Oh, we've got a car down on the apron. That was Viken. You gotta be careful getting into the turns here. If you even touch the apron, that, oh! They're trying to get low. Even touching the apron here can get a little dangerous as stage 2 comes to a close and Patrick Gitter gets another one. Tyler Ott comes home in second, I do believe. We'll have to wait for him to settle in and see how it scored. At the line, it was extremely close. Did Tyler Ott get the win get the stage at the line? I think he might have. And I do believe that'd be Tyler Ott's first stage win of the season. The first two stages out of the way. They'll have one more. They'll have to make a pit stop, possibly under green flag, but the aggression is about to ramp up here. I don't think we're going to see very many guys playing it safe. They might the first 5 laps of this run, and then it's going to get wild. As Tyler Ott catches up to the pace car. We'll see if we can get a word with him before he hits pit road. Hey, Tyler, it's Doug. You got me?
I got you.
Hey, I do believe that's your first stage win of the season.
It sure is.
Man, congratulations. That was really, really close at the line. I thought it was Gitter for a second.
Yeah, I didn't know if I was first, second, or third.
It was quite a battle and definitely going to be an indicator of how this thing's going to come out at the end.
Yeah, that was real fun right there, and this track's kind of a blast.
It really is. Man, time to hit pit road. Good luck and congrats on your first stage win, buddy.
Thank you.
Tyler Ott, his first stage win of the season. Congratulations to him. He'll get some bonus points out of that as well. That's really going to help going into the eliminations. Everybody is on pit road, except for Ryan McDaniel, who is going to get one of his laps back here. Now it becomes a question of who gets off pit road first. They're drag racing, but it looks like it's going to be Patrick Gitter at the line. Corey Ensing comes out in second place. Let's see if we can get a word with Corey. Hey, Corey, it's Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, you've had a really good run here tonight.
Thank you.
Uh,
Fun.
It looks like it's been fun and a bit sketchy there a few times.
Yeah, these cars are unpredictable when you get into the corners. There's just so much grip, and you kind of jump into them and jump out of them, so people are all over the place.
I have to ask, man, you worked your way up through there fairly quietly, no big drama or excitement. You've just picked them off one at a time, but now you're up here at the front. Do you have a plan to get the win here at the end of the night?
I'm gonna try and hang around the top 5. Top 3 would be great. Just try not to lead until the last lap, honestly.
That's probably the best plan you could have, and try not to make that move until out of turn 4.
Exactly.
Well, good luck tonight, man. It has been an awesome, awesome run for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Corey Ensing will restart in third place. Jeremy Gardner restarts back in fourth. Hey, Gardner, it's Doug. You got me?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, I kind of expected by now you to be sitting in a corner crying, holding your binky.
I want to as bad as these things are drafting here.
It's been a bit wild out there. Has staying up front been the pretty much the safe bet here tonight?
Yeah, I've been hoping I can get in a caution so both my fast repairs can go bye-bye so I can go to bed.
It has been a wild one, but do you think you've got a shot at the win here tonight?
I don't think so, honestly. It's just the draft is so hard to pick up and get any kind of runs, honestly, so I don't know. We'll see.
It has definitely been an interesting night, but you've kept it clean. Good luck, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Jeremy Gardner going to restart in fourth place. Gitter and Swafford on the front row. Corey Ensing and Jeremy Gardner on the second. Tyler Ott, Colby Whipple have the third. Pujanowski and Richie Joplin on the fourth. Blake Viken and Darren Silver rounding out the top 10. Now they will have to make a stop for fuel in this final stage. They'll have just over 25 laps to go when the green flag drops. If that pit stop comes under green, you're going to see something that I promise you'll never see again. And likely we'll see some wrecks getting into pit road. Oh, JR saying he's got $75 on Pudge. You know what? If we get another caution, I'll tell Pudge and tell him he's got to go a little bit harder. Here we go. Back down the front straightaway. Green flag back in the air. Looks like Swafford had a little problem getting going, but Gardner's there to give him a hand. Pudge also up there on that high line. The highlight should start becoming a much bigger factor here in this final stage. Oh, it's getting really dicey. Pudge trying to slice and dice. And I think Pudge just left Gardner out to dry. Pudge saw an opening. He went for it. Gardner gets hung out. He manages to slide back in. Off into turn 3, everybody side by side. It'll take another half lap or so before they get over full speed here. Couple of cars hanging out off the back. Jeffrey Goodpaster and Brody Green are back there. Jarrett Woodard also a little bit back up. Ryan McDaniel hanging out at the back here as well. Ryan's still about 3 laps down. Most of this lead lap within about 1.5 seconds of each other, so I'm, you know, they're staying in the draft, and any one of them could start building momentum and make a huge run here at any point. However, as you heard Gardner say, these cars, they're a little bit tricky in the draft. They don't punch a big hole because they have so little downforce. They also don't punch as big a hole as a truck or a current gen or last gen Cup car does. Therefore, the runs aren't as big, and you got to pick your moves more carefully, like Colby Whipple's doing here. Colby Whipple on the bottom in the 12, getting back up into 4th place on the inside line. Whoa, that bump unsettled a few people. Oh, we've got a car around. Caution is out. Several cars involved. Tyler Ott's caught in it. Sean Lesperance, Russell Worth, Justin Swafford, all caught up in this one. There you see the 22 right in front of Lesperance. There was a spin up at the front. I believe that was Corey Insing, excuse me. Oh, looks like Corey got a little unstable while Tyler Ott was bump drafting. And then everybody came from behind and got a piece. Looks like Colby just gives a little tap. They didn't lift. And he gets Tyler Ott, and a bunch of guys get caught off that as well. Swafford also caught in this one. Swafford hard on the brakes, still gets a hard lick. The 23, though, let's see. I am really curious. Clay Kirchenmauer looked like he might have came through that one. No, he did get some damage in that. I thought for a second there he came through it unscathed, but wait a minute. The car, I do not see any damage on that car. We'll have to see if we can get a word with Clay here in a few moments, but man, everybody on pit road, and they should be within the window. It'll be close. They should be able to go the distance on fuel. And looks like that is the end for Sean Lesperance. We'll have to wait and see how many other drivers. Let's see if we can get a word with Pudge. Hey, Pudge, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir, Doug.
Hey, well, you've survived thus far. Great job.
Yeah, man. It's been that last one right there. That was pretty insane. Luckily, we glitched through some of that, so didn't take too much damage there.
Well, that is a plus because J.R. Tanksley put $75 on you to win tonight, and he said he'll split the pot with you if you pull it off.
Oh, baby. Well, this kind of track, I don't know if I'd have done something like that, but tell him I'm going to give it the best I got.
All right, buddy. Good luck. It's been a great run for you so far.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Doug.
Well, there you have it, JR. It looks like Sean Lesperance, unfortunately, joins Patrick Pieper and Kevin Bernheimer. Looks like Ryan McDaniel is still running. Newbie's still running. Several of the guys coming back off pit road. And we should get one to green this time by. Sean, I have a feeling you just saying if you put my name on a Ford, bad things happen to you. Sorry, buddy. Couldn't resist. Had a great time, and huge shout out to the Nowski Nation for letting me come out and play. Haven't been able to race the last 9 months or so, and it was great to be back out on track. Appreciate them and the R3 League letting me come out last night to play, and there will be a big announcement tomorrow about the upcoming Tuesday nights that I have available. Have quite a few Tuesdays free over the next few months, so yeah, something very cool and interesting is coming. And I'll make the announcement to the subscriber group tonight. Patrick Gitter and Colby Whipple gonna lead them down. Everybody has made what should be their final pit stops. Patrick Gitter and Colby Whipple in the front row. Pudge and PJ Cox on the second. Richie Joplin, Blake Veekin on the third. Jeremy Gardner, Darren Silva, Jeffrey Sheldon, and Paulo Anacito rounding out the top 10. Pace car is in. Green flag back in the air. 20 to go at the line, and they start building. That outside line did not get going. Looks like PJ Cox might have been in third gear on the start. He is struggling to get that car up to speed and get up to Colby Whipple. Now he's building some momentum again. Meanwhile, Veekin just moves down to the bottom, finally finds a hole. Whipple's got a little help up there, but he is losing ground. The inside line, though, lined up single file very quickly with Pudge now in second place behind Gitter. Richie Joplin sneaking his way up into third, Gardner in fourth. Jeff Sheldon up in fifth. Jeff caught up early on in an incident, went way to the back, has fought his way back for a top 5 run right now. A lot of drivers caught up in that excitement last time, like Tyler Ott. They knew how to get their way to the front once already tonight. Can they do it here again? Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Ott drops to the bottom, and we've got a car going, whoa! A couple of guys hit that bump a little bit rough that time. Looked like Paulo might have caught it a little bit too hard. Top 10 still staying single file. Looks like these guys are really playing. It's actually now gotten to be an even bigger group, including the guy that was running second prior to that last caution. Corey Ensing is back up into 13th as he starts making his way back toward the front. But Newbie up on the high side trying to get some folks to go with him. Clay Kirchenbauer has been quiet all night, hung out at the back the first 2 stages. He's now up into 12th. Gitter still leads with Pudge in second, Ritchie in third, Gardner in fourth, Sheldon in fifth. Jeff Sheldon actually the biggest mover of the race so far, up 17 spots. Darren Silva in ninth place, up 16 spots, and Blake Beacon up in seventh, up 10 spots. Couple of cars jumping way up high. That's Newbie and Paulo Anacito, I believe. That Newbie and Anacito up on the high side trying to get some folks to join them. They come back down to the bottom in turn 1. Darren Silva starting to attack. He is now up into 8th. And he's carrying some momentum. He's got Clay Kirchenbauer with him. Down the back straightaway, Darren up into 9th, Clay up into 11th as they try and make that high line work. Here come Paulo and Newbie, who liked that high line a few moments ago. Expect them to get connected. No, it looks like Paulo's going to stay on the bottom. But now they're getting some help. The outside line now 5 cars deep. If they work together, this line can... Oh, Russell Worth is trying to make it 3 wide. Now we're seeing a little bit of 4 wide out there. Oh, ho, ho! What a save by Darren Silva. Silva managing to hold on to it. Let's see if we can get another look at that incident with Darren Silva here. See the 72, they just touch. Darren goes way up the track, but what a save. Manages to hang on, pull it back down, and I do believe he stays in the draft. What a save by Darren as here comes Clay. Pushing Paulo, and now the outside line only 3 cars deep. Jacob Morgan still out there, but way off the pace. No drafting help. He is the last car on the lead lap in 23rd place. Now it's a question of how many of these guys hook up and how soon. And when we hit about 10 laps to go, some of these guys are going to have to work together and start making a run up on that high side. It's going to take a lap or two for them to get themselves situated up top and back to the front. Jeffrey Goodpaster has quietly sat in the top 10 all night long. He's only been out of the top 10 a couple of times and only caught in one incident so far. Lead pack still about 19 cars strong, 18 cars strong. Paulo Anacito hanging onto the tail. Lance Spawnberg and Darren Silva off the back. They might be the two safest drivers out there right now. Newbie trying to make another move up to the high side. No help. But a couple of guys catch the bump wrong, and it gives Newbie a little bit of an advantage here. Russell Worth's going to move up to the high side as well. Jacob Morgan is going to come into play in the next lap or two. He is at the tail end of the lead lap. If they don't get a caution, then he's going to get lapped in the next lap or so. Wow, the 25 of Corey Ensing. What a move. Out of line, up top. Newbie's going to come with him. Justin Swafford moves out of line. He's coming up. And it looks like Newbie's going to shoot up the middle. They're going to leave Ensing up on top alone. Oh, ho, ho. That gets a little bit dicey as Clay Kirchenbauer catches a little bit of the bump. Now that outside line is starting to come together. Currently, Justin Swafford was leading it, but the 99 of Goodpaster hops up the track. Gets a bump off into the turn. They're trying to keep that bottom line pinned down, but you can only pin them down so much with the bumps through the turns. Morgan comes up to the high side. He's going to let the lead pack by. Goodpaster marching his way forward with help from Swafford. Now, will anybody in the top 5 with 10 laps to go hop up there and take advantage of the momentum this line is bringing? And if so, who will it be? Is Pudge about to slide up? It looks like he is looking up. Goodpaster almost even with third place Richie Joplin. And here we go. Pudge moves up. He moves Goodpaster out of line. Goodpaster now hung up to dry. Meanwhile, Pudge takes the lead. He's got the nose out front as they go off into one, but Gitter has the advantage on the bottom. Goodpaster falls all the way back to 16th after getting hung out, but Corey Ensing, who went through the same thing a moment ago, is still back there. Expect these two drivers to fight forward. Meanwhile, the outside line not doing as well at the moment. They've kind of fallen apart. They've got to pull back up and work together better. Richie Joplin might be planning for that last lap. He keeps looking down on the apron. If you come off turn 4 with enough momentum, when you hit that start, or when you hit that wall, the pit wall, you can get down and pick up a little momentum down on the apron to make that final move at the end. Here we go, outside line, building momentum again. Big push from behind from Gardner. Swafford slides up and out of line. Here comes Newbie. Got another lap car up ahead. He's going to factor in. Oh, that gets sketchy. The 99 hops to the high side. Sorry, that was not the 99. I believe that was McDaniel, the 66 of McDaniel. Down the back straightaway again. Pudge still up top, trying to find some momentum. He's got the push currently from Newbie. Oh! Richie Joplin, throughout all this, has managed to hold on to second place. He's got Gardner pushing in third. Jeff Sheldon in fourth, having one of his best runs of the season. Hutch currently runs in fifth. Get her down the back straightaway. They're going to come around and get 5 to go. It looks like Pudge did not get all that damage repaired, and he cannot hold the front of the line at the moment. He needs somebody to pull up there and lead. Meanwhile, Newbie and Viken right behind him. Both their cars still clean, but they're stuck back there. If they go to the outside on Pudge, they're going to lose a ton of momentum, and now 5 laps to go. Little bobble out of New. Holy cow! Woodard gets pushed up into the middle. They're wrecking in the back straightaway. They're out of the racing line. No caution. Woodard and Kirchenbauer out of the race. Looked like Woodard might have gotten a bad bump up the track. Comes back down and gets Kirchenbauer. Let's see if we can find another angle on it. There you see, he just gets bumped up and he's nowhere to go. Woodard just can't do anything at that point. He just became a passenger. They're going to get 3 to go this time. Gitter, Joplin, and Gardner, the top 3. Pudge has slid back into line in 4th, and Jeff Sheldon in 5th. The lead pack has shrunk. Lead pack now 9 cars deep. And it looks like Colby Whipple, Brandon Newby, and Tyler Ott may have something figured out between the 3 of them right behind Pudge. Newby hopping to the high side. Sheldon trying to make something happen there as well. Goodpaster, after getting hung out to dry all the way back to 17th, is now up on the high line. He's coming forward. Whipple looks like he's thinking about moving up to join Newbie. Newbie trying to get some side draft. 2 to go. Gitter continues to lead. No change in the top 3. Oh, big bottle out of newbie. He's loose. Ott has to save it. Nobody has a big run here yet. Down into turn 3. The 05 up on the high side, staying out of the way. Several damaged lap cars trying to hold on for points are going to play a factor here. White flag in the air for Patrick Gitter. Richie Joplin needs some help here. Who's he going to come from? Remember, Richie won the truck race at Talladega. Richie knows how to get it done, but Patrick Gitter has won everywhere. As has Gardner. As has Pudge. Pudge won the race at Talladega this season. 4 of the best at play racing go into turn 3 on the final lap. Gitter has the advantage here. Does Richie have anything? Down the straightaway they go towards the start-finish line. Richie moves up, nothing there. He looks low, nothing there. Gitter wins. Richie Joplin comes home in second, and Gardner holds on for third. And let's see if we can talk to our top 3. Hey, Gardner, it's Doug. You got me?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, another podium finish. This has definitely been your season, even at these tracks that are just a lot of chaos.
Absolutely. Yeah, I kind of was waiting to get in a wreck tonight, and that didn't happen. So, yep. I'll take stage points for every stage tonight.
Yeah, you will, and you come home with a third place finish too, but Gitter finishing in front of you, and you guys being so close in the points, worried at all going into next week?
Nah. I ain't worried about him.
If you gotta dump him, you gotta dump him. Ain't that right?
Oh, I will. I don't care.
Well, man, congratulations. I don't know how you guys managed to hold up like that, like you did up there, but you did an amazing job. Congrats, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Richie Joplin comes home in second place. Hey, Richie, it's Doug. You got me?
How's it going, Doug?
Hey, man, pretty good. I was waiting for you to make the apron move coming out of 4.
They will disqualify me to do the apron.
Oh, man. I'd have to talk with Pudge about the rules here.
Yeah, we can't pass out yellow line.
Man, you know, this track was made for passing on the apron.
Yeah, but yeah, I was trying to. I just didn't have enough help behind me to nudge Pat a little bit and push him up. But I'll take a second. I ain't had too many good finishes lately.
Well, I don't know about that, man. You have had a great season, and this just keeps it going. You're still in the playoffs contention, and you've been hanging on up in the top 3 positions all season long.
Yes, I'm surprised, honestly, because we got a lot of good guys here I race with, and it's tough competition, and I'm glad I'm doing pretty good.
Well, man, you're doing an awesome job. Congratulations. That was one heck of a finish tonight, buddy.
Thank you, Doug.
And Patrick Gitter gets another win. And Patrick, I have to say, that was probably the most tame finish I've ever seen here.
I was even telling the guys over the Discord, it's like, where was the fanning out? You know, where are the moves and all that? I mean, I don't know. Maybe people were content with the playoff points tonight, finishing where they were at. You know, it was more eventful at the stage finishes.
It definitely was, but man, as the lead pack dwindled down, there was a point where you and Richie actually started pulling a little bit of a gap, just a couple of tenths of a second. But man, you guys had it hooked up.
Yeah, I think that was probably part of it too, man. The only reason I won this one tonight was because of Richie. He was pushing me really well the whole race. I mean, he's the reason why I got that stage win. Him and Colby early in the run. So shout out to those guys, man. These speedway races is just a matter of who you partner up with, and can they push, and can the guy in front of you keep the wheel steady?
Well, you guys got it done tonight, man. Congratulations, yet another win, and I do believe that keeps you in the points lead going into next week.
I appreciate that, Doug. We'll just look forward to next week, and we'll hope to keep it rolling here.
Oh, and do watch your back bumper. Gardner said he's not afraid of turning you.
I know. Gardner and I, we enjoy running against each other, and that's gotten to be a pretty good little rivalry. So I'm looking forward to it. I kind of expect it. So something to watch out for here in
It
the next 2 weeks.
definitely is, especially after the things he was saying last night. I mean, gosh.
Yeah, right. Do I need to go watch a stream?
No, I don't think he wants you to, but man,
Yeah, exactly.
You never know.
I know, right? Yeah, I'll keep it in mind. Yeah.
Great job tonight, bud. Congrats.
All right. Thanks, Doug.
Patrick Gitter gets another win and continues with the points lead. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget the subscriber group will get a big announcement here soon, and there will be a big announcement on all of our social media tomorrow. You're not going to want to miss out on that, and a lot more to come in the near future. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys had as much fun as we did tonight. Y'all have a great night.